Changing world order, is all this really true? Or is just all pie in the sky, conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat? Well, since 2020, I've been presenting facts, figures, numbers, logic. Now, it's called the tinfoil hat back then, but many of the things have come true because what I'm doing, I'm looking at historical cycles forward, looking backwards at how history actually operates, and that this is nothing new under the sun. And over the last 4 years, I have matured and changed my investment thesis. And now this is my opportunity to shift my family's timeline and build generational wealth from generation to come. My name is Coach JV. I want to start out by saying, with an attitude of gratitude, I truly, truly love you. And this week, I've been doing short videos just to connect with you guys. I'm traveling right now. If you're watching this video, I did these videos all in one day. I'm traveling right now, and so I didn't know how my internet would be, but I'll be jumping live, so you'll probably see me live. So what I'm going to be going over right now really quickly is Ray Dalio's The Changing World Order. Okay. And we're going to go over this together, and we're going to go from number 1 all the way to number 18. And I want you to sit back for just a moment and think about what we're currently experiencing in our world. I want you to think about from 1 all the way to 18. Where I believe we are as human beings in this cycle is 13, 14, 15. And I'm going to share with you why as we walk through this. Okay. So this is Ray Dalio's book. I'm going to show you these real quick. I highly recommend you study this. I've studied Ray Dalio's information, The Changing World Order. Oh, we also have The Big Debt Crisis. Okay. I also have a banking degree, CBA executive banking degree. So I understand how banks work. But when I was in banking, I realized that we were indoctrinated in teaching people how to stay broke. And that's why I kept going broke. I never was taught about wealth. That's often why wealthy parents have wealthy kids. That's often why poor parents have poor kids. It's a deep rooted mechanism inside our subconscious mind that's passed down from epigenetics from generation to generation. But there's always that one person in each generation that is more committed to the pain of change than the pain of staying the same. I'm that person in my family, and I'm excited to be that person, and I'm excited to share with you guys a journey. Okay, so let's walk through this. So this is in The Changing World Order, Ray Dalio's book. Okay, I highly recommend. I'll put the link down below for you guys if you want to order the book. A lot of my information comes from Ray Dalio's teachings. Okay, he is the CEO of Bridgewater. He stepped down as a CEO. Bridgewater is a big investment company. You have Bridgewater. You have BlackRock, they 2 of the biggest asset firms in the world, right? Asset managers in the world. These are large companies and organizations that are changing with the world, with this new world. So we're not going to dive into that right now, but let's go through this chart together, and that way we can educate ourselves where we think we are right now. So he has shown over and over again that there's this big cycle from number 1 to number 18. Okay, so number 1 is strong leadership. Number 2 is inventiveness, if you go up this thing, right? Number 3 is education. Strong culture, good resources and allocation, good competitiveness. This is the rise, strong income growth, strong markets and financial centers. Okay. So from, we could say from 19, and Warren Buffett, I'm just taking what Warren Buffett said. Now, I don't agree with our monetary system and how it's ran with fractional reserves and all that stuff and our money being fiat. But Warren Buffett said it best himself. He was born in 1931, and from 1929 was the Great Depression. From 1931, we've had a lot of strong culture, good resources and allocation, great competitiveness in the marketplace, right, with other countries, strong income growth, massive amounts of income, strong capital markets and financial centers. America has been a dominant force in the financial system. Well, I think we can agree that we're starting to experience, because of technology, because of the change in culture, because of the change in industrial to technical, we're starting to see, truly, we call them lazy. It's just a change in using your hands to using technology. We're starting to see a less productive society, a lazy society, an obese society, a stressed society, right? We're extremely stressed, overworked, underproductive. We actually become more productive, we're paid less. We're overextended. So what does that mean? We're overextended as a country, okay? As human beings, we're borrowing against our future self. We're starting to lose competitive in the marketplace. So now do you see where we're at right here? Okay, so would you agree that in America we're less productive? We're overextended. Everybody's broke, guys. The consumer debt right now is through the roof. It's the highest that it's ever been. We are losing our competitiveness with the BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. They're working to de-dollarize. People are pissed at America. They're done with the American dollar. So we're losing our competitiveness. Not going into politics, but it's been a rough run in politics. It's just been a really, really rough run. People don't respect us as Americans. They just don't. And, you know, if you're from another country, you can probably comment down below. Wealth gaps. There's a massive, massive wealth gap, and it's about to get a lot bigger. Okay. So here's where I think we are now. So we were experiencing 9, 10, 11, and 12. The wealth gaps are massive. And now we're going into the decline, which is 13, 14, and 15. Okay. 13 is large debts. Every single dollar in America is someone else's debt. Okay. The central banks are over leveraged. America's at 120% debt to income ratio. I think it's at 130%. So since 2008 to now, in 2008, don't quote me on this, you can look this up. Around 2008, we were positive debt to income ratio. But since 2008, and then if you look at 2012 in my previous video this week, something changed in 2012 with Obama's rescue plan, the FMOC, the oversight of non-bank financial institutions, the change in COVID around 2020, right? Something happened there where we started to exorbitant amounts of debt, and then we turned the printing machine on full blast. Now we're heading into internal conflicts. So we have, I'm gonna try to say this as politically correct as possible. I'm not left, right, up, down. God is my present CEO. Things that we're arguing about are things that have always existed, but now we're arguing about it internally in America. Left is against right now, bigger than it's ever been before. And wait till the election next year, guys. So once they turn people against each other in their own country, we start to have loss of the reserve currency. This has happened over and over and over again. Weak leadership, civil war, and revolution. So I think we're pretty far away from that, though, in regards to, well, the C word, pandemic, was 4 years ago, guys. 4 years ago. So think about how much our lives have changed in 4 years. Go another 4 years, that would be 8 years from 2020. A lot can happen, guys. So would you agree that we're in large dens? They printed a ton of money. We're in internal conflict right now, left versus right, transgender versus non-trans. I don't care if you wear a dress in the White House. Do your job. Transgender has always existed, but they're pushing it in front of our faces and making us argue about this stuff. Most of you didn't even worry about that stuff until they put it in front of your face. Black versus white, transgender versus non-transgender, all this different stuff is being pushed in front of our face that always existed. Everybody were dealing with their own internal problems, and then we put all our problems on the table. We started to fight about it. There's only 1% of our DNA that separates us, I think. And the 1% they use to separate us. Think about that. We're 99% alike, okay? So now we're in internal conflict, and then we get a loss of a reserve currency. Now that is a possibility, guys. Think about that. BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, are working to de-dollarize. They're all working to get off the petrodollar. That is the only thing that keeps our currency the number one reserve currency, is the fact that all oil is traded in US dollars and our belief in it. It is not backed by anything, guys. There's a reason why central banks since 2020 have been stacking gold. There's a reason why in 2020 they changed the Basel III rules, where banks had to hold gold on reserves for riskier assets, tier one assets. There's a massive shift. Okay, so here's where we're at, guys. There's going to be a massive shift in your economic system, socio-geopolitical, and there may be a power structure change. I said that in 2020, that China was working to be the new superpower and the new reserve currency. Now, I don't know if that will happen, guys. There's some other internal mechanisms around that. What I think is going to happen, I think we're going to have a new world type currency. I think there's going to be a new mechanism. There's going to be central bank digital currencies. They're going to move across the distributed ledger technology. It's just going to be completely different, in my opinion. Now, this isn't going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen in 2 months or 3 months. Not going to happen in 6 months. There's going to be a lot of cycles that we're going to go through. There's going to be problem, reaction, solutions, problem, reaction, solutions, problem, reaction, solutions, slowly and methodically. And eventually you won't even be thinking about it because you're worried about all these agendas happening in front. The more now China's threatening to invade Taiwan, or doing what do they call tests or whatever they call simulations. America is doing a simulation on if China invades Taiwan. If China invades Taiwan, we'll go protect Taiwan. The countries that invade have GDP growth with a failing monetary system. China's buried in debt. They have weak policies. America's buried in debt. We have weak policies. I don't know, guys. You can read this stuff here and you can see what's actually physically happening. We have banks collapsing in America. There's a liquidity crisis. They're going to blame it on crypto when cryptocurrency is the new monetary system, blockchain technology, tokenization. So here's where we're at. This is it, family. This is our new world. This is what we're living in. Ray Dalio goes 500 years back and ties these together over and over and over again, warriors. So the question is, what are you going to do about it? That's the reason why 96% of Americans retire with less than $1 million. They've been indoctrinated into the system and they do not have financial literacy. So I hope this information reaches you well so you can look at it from a different lens, right? Instead of the lens that you're looking at it from the normal monetary system or the education system that you learn. And you can understand this is the greatest time in human history. There's no reason to protest. There's no reason to go against anyone. Over my 6,000 warriors worldwide, we don't protest against people. We're not going after anybody. We just understand the money mechanisms. We're working on ourselves. We're working on becoming better husbands, fathers, partners. We're working on becoming better stewards of society. We're not out there protesting or going against anybody. We're getting our shit together. And that's what I've helped over 6,000 people do since 2020. So if you want to join my 120-day challenge after you watch this video, if it seems like a right fit for you, click the description down below and I'll see you on the inside. Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.
The system is designed to keep you trapped. 2017, I walked out of a high-paid vice president job because I was absolutely miserable. Working 16 to 19 hours a day because that's what the system taught me to do. And what I discovered through countless hours of meditation, research, reading books, understanding how the millionaires and billionaires operate, the system is designed to keep you trapped. Today, I own multiple companies. I travel all over the world. I'm financially free, and that's exactly why I created this community of like-minded warriors coming together called the 3T Warrior Academy. Now, I don't say this to brag. I'm sharing this with you to show you what's possible for you. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to take your life to another level, we believe the Warrior Academy has something for everybody. Processes that take you step by step through discipline, consistent activities, and that's exactly what you're going to get. Our 120-day challenge, all you have to do is open up the app and take it day by day. We're going to take you through the discipline, consistent activities to take your life to the next level. Within 1 week, you're going to feel a difference. Within a month, people are going to notice a change in you. That's how powerful this 120-day challenge is. So if you're truly ready to break free from the old paradigm into a new paradigm of discipline, consistency, great relationship with your family, financial freedom, and learning the pillars of wealth that will change your life and generational wealth to come, I'm going to invite you to do our program for 7 days for free. The 120-day challenge has changed over 5,000 warriors' lives worldwide, and we hope to be yours next.
Warriors, let's get your together.